Welcome to the fourth episode of the Pilgrim Church of Christ Family Ministry Virtual Workshop, the fall of 2021. I hope you've been enjoying and benefiting from this workshop so far. Please let us know how you're receiving it. Please give us your comments, your questions, give us your suggestions and requests for more information for this workshop before it's over or for future workshops. I want to begin this session by reading to you Philippians 4, verses 6 through 8. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your request to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. And finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. Sometimes we look at that first phrase in the first verse and it just makes us feel guilty. Do not be anxious about anything. We get anxious. And so if that's the only part of this verse that we pay attention to, we think, okay, I'm not doing it right. I'm anxious. And God told me not to be anxious. And so I'm doing it wrong. I want to invite you to look at the whole passage together because we're given an instead, because we do get anxious, we worry. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. So one of the things that I want to talk about tonight is that phrase there, with thanksgiving. When I am anxious about something, when I am worried about something, when I am concerned that things are not going to work out and that things are going to go badly, when I have fear, something that helps a tremendous amount is to take some time to focus on what is going right, to focus on the things that I am grateful for. A few different things that I have found helpful, and many others have too. I do a daily process of writing some things, mostly about my daily meditations. But a part of that process is a gratitude journaling, just writing things down on a daily basis, regardless of whether I'm happy or satisfied or calm or anxious, regardless of my mood. I have tried to make a daily practice of writing down my thanksgivings. I also try to include thanksgiving in any prayer for whatever the occasion, whatever the need, whatever the purpose of the prayer is. I try to include thanksgiving in that prayer, especially toward the beginning of the prayer. In our family and in our marriage, we have developed a ritual on a weekly basis of taking turns on a Saturday evening, sharing with one another what we have been grateful for in the past few days or the past week. So gratitude is a powerful spiritual discipline that certainly can be a part of your prayer, which is a very important spiritual discipline in its own right. I wanted to use a couple of sections of this verse to guide you into a couple of more practices of meditation on the Word. So we're going to be looking at verse 7 and meditating on that. The peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. And then the final verse, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy. The NIV says, think about such things. I just want to suggest meditate on these things. And so I will be guiding a meditation with these phrases and words to meditate on these things. I did want to give you a few more tips to using the practice of meditating on the Word in a family setting. One of the things that I mentioned last time is using one phrase on the in breath and another phrase on the out breath. If you didn't figure this out before you started, you certainly figured it out fairly quickly. It's hard to speak words out loud when you are breathing in. And my intention was for that to be during a silent meditation. If you are speaking out loud, which is a really helpful thing to do in a family practice, it's probably best to say all of the words that are spoken out loud on the out breath. One of the things that you can do is break up the meditation, as I've recommended. I would encourage you to break up a verse into small segments. And having broken it up into small segments, you can actually take turns where one member of the family is speaking that phrase out loud while the rest of you are listening and receiving. Another thing that you can do is with younger children, speaking the words in tandem with them so that they are not left alone to try and tackle some of these phrases that may be beyond them. They may be able to say them with a parent or with an older sibling or the whole family unit together. Another thing that you can do is give very young children one word in the phrase and teach them when it's going to come up so that they can be ready and they can participate on their own in this meditation with the family by saying the word that is given to them. So I want to move on then to the meditation about the peace of God, which transcends all understanding. So I encourage you to take some time to find a settled position and pay attention to your breath as it is in this moment. No need to change anything. Just let the breath be in and out. And again, if you're saying this out loud, use your out breath to say it. If you're saying this silently, then certainly you can use one phrase for an in breath and another phrase for an out breath. Make this work for your circumstances and your preference and your family. Let these words settle on your breath and settle in your heart, settle on your mind and in your soul. The peace of God which transcends all understanding will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. The peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. The peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. The peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Allow these words to settle in. And now allow these words to settle in also. Whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, meditate on such things. Whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, meditate on such things. I invite you to take just another moment to allow these thoughts to settle in to your mind, to your heart. And thank you for joining me tonight with this session of our virtual workshop. May God bless you.